Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
To apply or change the various visual effects settings for a selected image, click the Effects category icon within the Format Picture task pane to display the shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, 3D format, 3D rotation, and artistic effects category groupings. You can click the Shadow category grouping to expand it if needed, and show the options for applying a shadow to a selected image. To apply one of the preset shadow styles, select one from the Presets dropdown. To customize a shadow, choose a shadow color from the Color dropdown. Then set the shadow's transparency by using the Transparency slider. Then set the shadow size by selecting a percentage from the Size slider. The Blur slider lets you set the amount of blurring applied to the edge of the shadow. This setting is measured in points. To angle the shadow, enter the desired angle into the Angle text box or move the slider to the desired setting. To set the shadow's vertical offset amount, use the Distance slider to set the amount, measured in points, of vertical offset to apply. You can click the Reflection category grouping to expand it if needed and show the options for applying or altering a reflection of your selected image. To apply a preset reflection, choose one from the Presets dropdown. You can then use the sliders adjacent to the Transparency, Size, Blur, and Distance spinner boxes to customize your image's reflection. As when setting the same settings for the shadow effect, you can also enter these values directly into the spinner boxes themselves if you prefer to enter values versus using the adjacent sliders. You can click the Glow category grouping to expand it if needed and show the options for applying or altering any glowing effects for a selected image. To apply a preset glowing effect, select one from the Presets dropdown. You can create a custom glowing effect or modify a preset glow by choosing a color for the glowing effect from the Color dropdown. You can also enter values into the Size and Transparency spinner boxes or use the adjacent sliders to create a custom glow effect for your image. You can click the Soft Edges category grouping to expand it if needed and show the options for applying or altering any soft edge effects applied to a selected image. To apply a preset soft edge effect, choose one from the Presets dropdown. You can also enter a desired value into the Size spinner box or use the adjacent slider to create a custom soft edge effect for your image. You can click the 3D Format category grouping to expand it if needed and show the options for applying or altering any 3D effects applied to a selected image. Use the Top Bevel and Bottom Bevel dropdowns to select a style and thickness of beveling to apply. You can then enter values into the adjacent width and height spinner boxes for each beveling style to alter the width and height of the selected beveling style if desired. Use the Depth Color dropdown to select a color for the beveling depth. You can also set the depth amount by using the adjacent Size spinner box. Likewise, use the Contour Color dropdown to select a color for the beveling contour. You can also set the contour amount by using the adjacent Size spinner box. Use the Material drop-down to select the type of material that the 3D effect should emulate. Then use the Lighting drop-down to select an intensity and style of lighting to apply. You can then use the Angle Spinner box to set the angle of the lighting if desired. To reset your image after applying any 3D formatting you don't like, click the Reset button at the bottom of this category grouping to reset the image and remove the 3D formatting. You can click the 3D Rotation category grouping to expand it if needed and show the options for applying or altering any 3D rotation effects applied to a selected image. To apply a preset 3D rotation, choose one from the Presets drop-down. You can then create or alter a selected 3D rotation by using the other settings within the category grouping. You can enter a rotation angle for the X rotation, Y rotation, and Z rotation into the spinner boxes or by clicking the adjacent rotation buttons. If you selected a perspective style from the Presets drop-down, you can enter an angle into the Perspective spinner box. If applying a 3D rotation to a text box, note that you can keep the text appearing flat by checking the Keep Text Flat checkbox. This setting does not apply to pictures, however, and will therefore be unavailable. You can use the Distance from Ground spinner box to set the amount of space the selected object appears to be from the ground. To reset your image after applying any 3D rotation you don't like, click the Reset button at the bottom of this category grouping to reset the image and remove the 3D rotation. You can click the Artistic Effects category grouping to expand it if needed and apply an artistic effect to the selected image. You can choose an artistic effect to apply to a selected image from the Artistic Effects drop-down. For each individual artistic effect selected, the options that then appear in the area below vary depending on which particular effect you selected. Most have the ability to set the transparency of the effect by using the slider of the same name. You will probably have one or two other slider settings for each effect you can change to alter the impact of the selected artistic effect. As when applying 3D effects, there is also a Reset button at the bottom of this section that you can click to reset any artistic effect changes made to a selected picture.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.